So after waffling a little bit over the past few weeks, I decided, hey, I'm going to keep the iMac Pro. And here's why. Although the iMac Pro looks almost exactly the same from a design perspective as the 5K iMac, there is one obvious difference that stands out, and that of course is the new space gray color. You get space gray on the iMac chassis itself and also space gray on the accessory, so the Magic Keyboard 2, the Magic Mouse, and if you happen to order one, the Magic Trackpad all get space gray paint jobs. And to be honest, it may be a small thing, but it looks awesome and it really does set the iMac Pro apart from a looks perspective when compared to the 5K iMac. There's even, yes, a black lightning cable included in the box, along with the black power cord that really ties together the whole look of the iMac Pro. That menacing space gray exterior, again, looks like it means business. And as you're going to see, the iMac Pro does mean business. Let's move on. So the iMac Pro has 2 additional Thunderbolt 3 ports, whereas the 5K iMac only had these 2. The iMac Pro adds an additional 2. And that's a big deal because most Thunderbolt 3 devices don't include a second Thunderbolt 3 port for daisy chaining, so this really allows you to connect more accessories. Now, the iMac Pro's biggest headline feature by far is the fact that it uses Intel Xeon W multi-core chips. So you get an 8-core base model, a 10-core chip, a 14-core chip, and even an 18-core option. Now, I decided to stick with the 8-core option, the base model. What you need to keep in mind about these multi-core processors is that not every application can take advantage of it, but if an application is specifically designed with multi-core support, it really can make a huge difference. As you can see, ScreenFlow 7 is using 16 threads at the same time on this export, and it really makes a big difference in speed. So having 8 cores or more can be a huge boost for productivity, but just keep in mind that the application will need to be designed to take advantage of those extra cores. Now, this is the one that surprised me the most. The Radeon Vega GPU is really good actually. Watch how I stack this timeline in Final Cut Pro 10 with tons of different titles in playback without rendering that smooth. Yeah, that's because of that Radeon 56 GPU inside of my base model iMac Pro. You can see here within iStat menus how the Radeon 56 is really chugging along, allowing for that smooth playback on that unrendered section of the timeline with all those titles at once. But not just that, this is actually a pretty good gaming card as well. I have ultra quality settings on the Heaven benchmark, 2x anti-aliasing, 1080p, moderate tessellation, and this thing performs surprisingly well in my opinion. I just wasn't expecting 80 frames per second, for instance, in macOS with 1080p, 114 frames per second on a bootcamp installation, 1440p, 47 frames per second on Mac, 68 frames per second on bootcamp. So obviously if you're gaming, go with bootcamp, download those custom bootcamp drivers for the iMac Pro that I have linked in the post, and enjoy that new RX Vega GPU. Now, last but not least, this is my favorite thing about the iMac Pro: dead silent operation. When editing in Final Cut Pro 10, when exporting, when doing voiceovers, it's dead silent. Now, the fans will fire up if you're running benchmarks and things of that nature, things that really push this machine, but you would be surprised how silent the iMac Pro is, and that is my favorite feature by far. So ladies and gentlemen, what is your favorite feature about the iMac Pro? Let me know down below in the description. Also, if you want to see more iMac Pro centric videos, leave me a thumbs up to let me know. This is Jeff with 9to5Mac.